Yep, here it is. Speaking at the same time, they say the same thing. It's the curse of Chimney Rock.
I like to think that they did it a cappella,
Yep.
It's the curse of Chimney Rock.
No. Oh God.
All right, well, beware and warning, everybody. Welcome to Choose Your Own Book Club. It's a podcast. It's about books, and
you chose it.
You chose the books. You chose the podcast. You chose us, and we thank you for it. My name is Peter. I'm a librarian.
My name's Abby. I'm also a librarian.
And we are going through every single Choose Your Own Adventure book.
Oh, until we get bored.
Because there's 184. We're up to 5.
Yeah.
So we're not even
Like percentage-wise, that's not even 1. That's not even 1. But I still say we're doing pretty good.
We're on track.
We are on track. We haven't skipped one yet. So that's actually,
right.
We're doing great.
Right.
We're crushing it.
I don't know about that.
No, we're doing awesome.
We're getting by.
Mm-hmm.
So, today we are covering The Mystery of Chimney Rock by Edward Packard. Edward Packard's back.
Yeah.
Back in action. Pack in action, as I like to say.
Packard style, baby.
Yeah. So this is the 5th book in the series.
Mm-hmm.
Was there another title for this one? I don't remember.
No. I think we should make one, though.
What would you call it?
If I had to choose my own title, it would be Cats Play Piano. Find out more at 6 o'clock.
What? So it would be a news?
Yeah, it would be a news
article?
story.
Okay.
It would be... What happened to Mr. Bigley?
What did happen to Mr. Bigley? We're going to find out in just a little bit. Do you want to get to first impressions? How have you been? I guess... And we talk about these books. We don't talk about each other, Abby.
Right. We talk about...
We choose these books so we don't have to talk about life.
Right. We choose our adventures, but we don't choose to talk about how we're doing.
That's the real adventure, Abby. Mm-hmm. Is adventure of friendship.
We say, how are the books, not how are you? Good. It's summer. So
it is summer.
It's summer. Maybe you... in the future are listening to this podcast and it's not the summer. So let me take you out of the moment that you're listening to this, out of this gloomy whatever day that you're listening to this on. It's beautiful outside. It's very blue. I drove past some people who are running. Horrible hobby. Ridiculous. What are they doing? Go back to bed. Because it's morning time. It's beautiful, summer day.
It's a Sunday morning record.
Sunday morning.
So we're a little punchy. Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm doing fine. How's your summer going?
I mean, it's summer. Summer reading is always
So that's
way
what
too
our
much.
podcast listeners probably don't recognize about librarians in the summer is that in the summer, librarians are, in the trenches.
Right. It's a lot. And then... you get a break in August, but by then, half your summer's over. So,
and it's kind of not a break because you're, planning all of your story times and stuff
for
fall.
So it's barely a break.
Yeah.
But
we go. We in it, fam. We in it, fam. And it's cool, though, because... that shows us that people love libraries and
year-round.
They love us and they can come and use us. And everyone is here and welcome. And it's different, though, because now I'm not a children's librarian anymore. I used to be a children's librarian.
Right, but you're still a librarian.
I'm still a librarian, but I do different stuff. I do outreach stuff now. And so it's less chaotic and hectic and... in that way, but it's still very busy.
So what do you normally do now?
I do home delivery service stuff.
Oh, nice.
And facility deliveries for people who can't use the library independently because of, age, disability, different things like that. So
that sounds really rewarding.
it's a really wonderful thing to be able to do. Just because people can't come into the library doesn't mean that they should not be able to use the library. So everyone thinks of libraries and immediately you think of youth services and how wonderful story times are and things like that. And I loved being able to do that. It was such a wonderful experience knowing that I was providing early literacy services, but this is like, I have a lot of wonderful memory care people that I work with, and it's like I get to do the opposite end of that spectrum now. So
that's great.
Yeah, it's fun.
It sounds very fun.
Yeah.
I think a good transition is
talking about this crazy old witch in this house on the hill.
Well, I was thinking if Mrs. Bigley had you as an outreach librarian,
I don't think she would have gotten so far off. I think that she would have been able
She needed a librarian like you.
She needed to be able to contact the library and say, hey, I'm alone in my house. I need someone to bring me materials so that I can stay in touch with my community. And I would have been the person to come to her and bring her books and audiobooks and provide her with some connection.
And then maybe turn into a mouse.
And then maybe she would have turned me into a mouse and let her cat eat me.
Well, let's get to first impressions. What did you think of the book?
This I love. I love this weird book. This is my favorite one so far.
I think this is a good one.
Yeah, this one's wild. I love it.
The title is Mystery of Chimney Rock. And Edward Packard actually tried to make it a mystery. Oh, no, I guess I liked that he took advantage of the format. Because there are certain clues within the book that to truly unravel the mystery, you need to read it multiple times. And you usually get most of the mystery through just one reading, but you don't get little subtleties. You won't understand everything unless you do multiple readings. So I think he really took advantage of the format, at least in that regard. I don't think you ever truly understand the mystery. It wouldn't be a choose your own adventure book without
tons of times of you going like, huh?
Without everything being explained, because that's not what these books are about. These books are about...
Yeah. Well, and there's definitely times where you're going through it and you get to a point and you go, how do I know this person's name? They were never mentioned in my run-through. That happens. And you're like, I've read enough of these that I know that's going to happen to me. But if this was your first time reading a Choose Your Own Adventure book, you'd be like, wait a second. What?
Well, I think this is a good one to start with.
Yeah.
In a way.
This one's fun.
Because it's not as crazy.
Except the cat's name is Melissa. I'm so sorry. That's not a cat name.
What would you name your cat?
Anything but Melissa. Okay?
You're getting
I'm
angry.
really heated about it. That's not a cat name. This cat could have been named anything. I wouldn't, looking at this cat, I would have named it, Grimly or Bunches.
Bunches is a good name.
Yeah, I know.
I'm glad
Melissa?
You know.
No. Melissa. What are you going to name it? What are you going to nickname that cat? I mean, my cats have nicknames, right? So I have Binks. He's a black cat.
Okay.
And Ash is a gray cat. Binks, his nickname is Murder Mittens.
That's a good name.
Yeah, I know. And Ash is the demon baby. And those are not
like Evil Dead
short
Ash
names. Well, yeah.
Okay, cool.
But anyway, what are you going to nickname Melissa?
Melissa is the cat that wants to speak to your supervisor.
Yeah. Melissa's nickname is what? Employee of the month? This is terrible. I was so stuck on the name Melissa as the name for the cat.
Well, I think to be fair, it is an unusual name for a cat because you find out later that the cat and the person are the same being.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of figured that out. The cat is the witch lady.
Right. Well, anyway, let's get to everyone's favorite segment. Choose your own summary.
Right.
So, Abby, you are going to summarize this book in 60 seconds or less. And I think I think you might be able to do it this time because this one is kind of straightforward, more or less.
Right.
So you're going to give a summary of this book, but you have to choose how you want to summarize it. I'm going to give you 2 options. So, option number 1, you have to summarize it in like a spooky voice, like a Vincent Price or like a Monster Mash voice. I was working in the lab, like kind of like that. Or option number 2, you're going to summarize this book, but we're going to do like a red light, green light situation where I'm going to like turn around. If I turn back around, you have to stop.
I like doing silly voices a lot.
No, you're good at them.
Yeah. But I also like the red light, green light one. That's kind of fun. Oh, gosh, you picked good options this time.
You could do, if you really want to, you could do both.
I could do both. I'm going to do both.
Okay, very nice.
No, I have to choose.
Okay.
No, I'm going to do both.
It's your podcast. You can do whatever you want.
I'm going to do that. Have you ever done the thing where it gives you the option to be like, choose between page 60 or 61, and you're like, ooh.
Oh, book, if you only knew.
Those pages face each other, so I'm going to just read through both of them, and then I'm going to pick. I'm going to see if this one kills me and this one doesn't, and then I'm going to choose which one to do.
You solved the puzzle. And the book just blows up in your hands.
Yep. You bite down on the cyanide pill in your bag. Oh, Lord. We go home now.
Oh, it's a Sunday record. We're a little punchy. All right, so you're doing both.
I'm doing both.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So 60 seconds.
Okay.
Starts.
I
was visiting my cousins, Jane and Michael, and they
I didn't know you would do it actually like the Monster Mash dude.
They did the mash.
Okay, restart.
Okay, I'm just doing the peekaboo thing. I can't do it.
Very nice.
I can't do it now with all that.
Okay, so red light, green light. Okay.
All right. I'm visiting my cousins, Jane and Michael, and we are walking along in their town, and they are walking along with me, and we see this big house on the hill, and I'm like, what's up with the big house on the hill? And they're like, oh, it's this big haunted house, and it's cursed by this lady named Mrs. Bigley or something. You should go in the house on the hill. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go in the house on the hill. And then you decide to go in the house on the hill, and then
30 seconds.
you go in the house on the hill. Sometimes there's like a cat in it. Sometimes there's not, and then there's a cat, and sometimes she's a witch, and then there's like mice, and sometimes the mice are dead, and sometimes they're alive, but sometimes there's a lady inside of it, and there's a housekeeper guy, and the house is cursed, and the curse on the house breaks sometimes. So sometimes you die inside of the house, and sometimes you don't die inside.
Perfect.
And a police officer dies.
That was frantic.
We ran out of time. Okay.
That was good, though. Good job.
The mystery part is how the house fortune is revealed to be a fortune of $250,000.
But then sometimes it's not.
That's what I thought was so. That was my first run through. It was the best run through.
Talk about your first run.
Yeah, when I went through it the first time, it was, my style. I was like, all right, I'm going to go in there.
Well, first of all, let's just set up the book.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. So
I set it up perfectly. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. So you are a kid. Mm-hmm. You're on vacation in Connecticut with you're visiting your cousins, Michael and Jane.
Yep.
And so you see this haunted house, Chimney Rock. So it says, Chimney Rock, most people around here wouldn't live there for $1 million. So alluding to the money later on. And so you're kind of double dog dared into going into the house. So you can choose to go into the house right away. If you choose not to go into the house, your cousin Jane goes in instead and then you have to go and maybe get her or not.
Go in after.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, your first run through.
So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go in there. I'm not Yella. I'm no chicken.
Uh-oh.
You know? So I go into the house, you know. I go in and when you go in first, you have the choice. You go up some stairs or you go into a dining room. I go into the dining room, I sit down at the table, and I impulsively ring a bell. And a maid comes up to me and she offers me food. And I'm like, no, I don't know you, stranger danger. So she said, I ask her about the owner of the house, Mrs. Bigley. And she says, oh, she's upstairs playing piano. And then I hear piano. I go upstairs and I don't hear like the nice piano music anymore. I just hear like pling plong plong plong. And then there's just a cat walking on the keys. And I'm like, I love kitties. And so I can either, when I see the cat sees me, and I can either leave and go back down the stairs, or I can go in the room by the kitty, and I'm like, yeah, duh. So I go in the room by the kitty, and the cat jumps off, and I can either pick it up or follow it out into the hallway, and I pick it up, and I leave. And then Jervis...
Do you leave the house? Or?
Yeah, I leave the house. And then Jervis is like, oh, you broke the curse. And I'm like, what? And he tries to take the cat. And the cat's like, and then, so I don't let him take the cat. And I take the cat back to my cousin's house. And then I take the cat home with me. And then I get a letter in the mail that says, like, congratulations, you broke the curse. And the cat chose you as its new owner. And you, like, get all the money. And the house is yours now, and all the fortune is $250,000. And I'm like, that's a fortune? What year was this written?
1980. But also, if you're a kid, that's a lot of money.
Inflation. Ooh. But if you're a kid. And then I thought to myself, imagine me, a child, coming home from vacation, and I'm like, hi, Mom and Dad. I have this old mean cat that doesn't like anyone but me.
And then a big sack with a $sign on it in the other hand.
And I have a money and a house now and a cat. That was my run through.
That's a crazy first run through because you basically don't even realize that there's a curse.
No.
In that first run
through.
Nope.
I didn't solve any mysteries. I just broke the curse.
You just
and
lucked
got a new pet.
You lucked into the fortune and breaking the curse.
By making all of my most impulsive decisions because I love cats.
Well, we can get into the curse in just a little bit, but I want to get through my first run through.
Right.
So like I said, you get dared into going into the house. And...
Did you do it?
No, of course I didn't go. So then Jane goes in, my cousin, and then, so Jane goes in, and like 5 minutes goes by, and then the book is like, oh, you can go in after her, or you can just stay here. I was like, well, I'm staying here.
No! Peter! I am never taking you with me anywhere on, like, if it's a perilous situation, I am not... Take me, guys. If you have to go somewhere and it's kind of spooky, you don't want Peter. He's really gonna, like, be a chicken and stay outside.
So then Michael goes... My other cousin Michael, he goes to find, like, the police. And then so I go to a little hut on the property, and Jarvis lives there. So Jarvis is the groundskeeper on the outside. He never goes inside.
He has no neck.
He's like a big potato head.
Yeah.
And then Lena is the maid you were talking about.
Yes.
She only works on the inside, it seems. So anyway, Jarvis was like, oh, better not go in there. There's a curse. And then there's an option to, like, sneak away and, like, go into the house. Or there's an option to just, like, wait outside. I was like, well, he told me not to go in there, so I'm not going to go in there. So I just go back and patiently wait outside.
Oh, my God.
Like a good little boy.
Oh, my God.
And then what happens next? Oh, Michael finally comes with the cop. The cop goes inside. Jane instantly comes outside, and then the cop is never heard from again.
So you killed a cop.
I didn't do anything.
You literally did with your inaction.
I saved the day by doing nothing.
I killed a cop in mine, too, so don't worry.
Well, we can talk about that later. But
Okay.
how about let's get into basically what the mystery is as far as we know it.
Tell me everything. Jervis
So
I went through multiple times in mine to like my impulsive like go in myself decision. And if I had eaten the food, I would have been drugged and woken up in a room, and I would have been tiny.
Yes.
And that was my first indication that I was like, something is weird.
You put on your Clue hat.
I was like, I saw the movie The Witches and read the book by Roald Dahl.
Isn't it Roald Dahl?
Roald?
Raoul?
Roald?
Raoul?
Roald?
I don't know.
Roald? I don't know. British.
So
British.
the house is owned by the Bigleys. And so it's been in their family for a while. So there was... I wrote it down.
That's such a rich person last name.
Here, you're going to the Bigley estate.
I'm Mrs. Bigler.
So you actually read a book called The Curse of Chimney Rock.
In the attic, and
In
you
the
get
attic.
smaller as you read it.
Yes.
Like, is the book getting bigger in your hands? Like, I just...
So the first owner was Elizabeth Bigley. She was struck by lightning. And then her son, Charles Bigley, was killed when he fell off the roof. And then his daughter, Melissa, mysteriously disappeared. So Melissa Bigley is the witch that you often run into.
But she makes you little. Bigly? Small.
Oh, I didn't even realize that that's what he was going for. You have a thinking face on.
Yeah.
That you might be
I'm
right
just
about
spacing
that.
out.
But you might be right about that. That might be
Yeah.
what he was thinking.
I mean, it's a book for kids, so...
Well, is it though?
They try to be a little obvious.
So then Melissa is the witch in the house.
Yep.
And then so she marries Horace Bigley, which I guess was very progressive of him to like take her last name, you know, like for like the 20s or...
It's a cool last name.
It is a
though.
cool last name.
I mean, if I was going to marry someone who had a cooler last name than me, like as a man or a woman, that's what I would just do. Like, imagine that you are a guy, and you are marrying someone whose last name is like Awesome Sauce. That's just their last name. And your last name is like Poopy Pants.
Right?
And you're like, oh, I really want you to change your last name so I can carry on my legacy? No. You're like, yes, I want to rid myself of this. We don't know what Horace's last name was, so maybe it was terrible.
What's the country of origin for the last name Awesome Sauce?
I don't know.
It feels like German, but like there's like umlaut in there.
Yeah. Definitely German.
So anyway,
Awesome Sauce. That sounds German.
So
Anyway.
I don't know if you got to this part, but you also find out that Melissa Bigley's sister is living in the house too? Did you get to that part? You're giving me a face.
No, but I did see an old lady in a rocking chair at one point.
That's
Okay.
the part.
Melissa? I'm her sister, Mrs. Krim.
Wait, why does she have a different last name then?
Mrs. Bigley
Well, because she
is
probably
my
married.
cat.
She probably married and like took the husband's last name. If I had to.
Well, then why did... Okay, but then she moved back.
And also, but then why isn't she in this family tree in the book?
Yeah.
You know, so that's a little odd too. But anyway, you can ask her questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so she says, when my sister was a little girl, she wanted to be a cat. She had a cat of her own, and she named the cat Melissa after herself. After the cat died, my sister missed her so much that she would often pretend that she was the cat. And gradually, my sister's personality changed. She began to act more and more like a cat, and even to look like a cat. Then one day, ... And this is the best ending, because then Miss Krim, the sister, she's like, you gotta get out of here, jump! And then she have to like jump out a window. And you never know what's behind you. So that was one of my favorite endings to jump ahead a little
Like
bit.
a giant cat person?
You don't know what's behind you. So that's how I want to like start ending conversations. I want to be like in the middle of explaining something and
Run
be like,
in the window, jump for
you gotta go now.
Jump for your life!
I think that'd be such a great way to get out of conversations.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, that's kind of what's happening with the house. And then you also find out that sometime in the 70s, Melissa died, and then Horace still was living in the house, but then he was eventually turned into a mouse.
Yeah, I know you find his taxidermied mouse body with some twigs in a cupboard, which seems like
with a little nameplate on it.
Yeah, which seems like a really cute way to honor a dead man.
I mean, at least she took the time and
Yeah.
So it's odd. I don't know what the
It's like
motive
a
is.
museum
For
your husband.
a museum with just one artifact.
Yeah.
So Mrs. Bigley is living in the house still.
Yeah.
So she's maybe dead, maybe not, but she can transform into the cat. And she can shrink anyone that goes into the house. She can shrink them and or turn them into mice to hunt them, or just for them to just live there and just hang out.
Yeah.
And there's also a will that whoever... Okay, because the house is in the cat's name, apparently. So whoever owns the cat next owns the house.
That doesn't sound legal. I don't know if animals can own property.
Well, that's happened, right?
I'm going to try it. I'll try to leave something in one of my pets' names.
What would you leave?
I'm going to leave a book. Or
Just a book.
An end table. And then we'll report back. I'll let you know if my lawyer says that it's okay. I don't have a lawyer, but I'll find one.
That specializes in
cat law. In feline law.
So, yeah, if you leave the house, like you were saying, if you leave the house with the cat, then you basically inherit the house.
Yeah. You break the curse.
You break the curse.
But the cat is the lady.
The cat is the lady. So,
Which
but I think she
seems
wants
creepy then. You're a child and you're like, this lady
hang out with this old
living
lady
with me now.
That's maybe dead, maybe not.
She's going to sleep on my bed. We're going to snuggle up.
I feel that all cats kind of have an old lady energy anyway. They're sassy.
Maybe.
They want to be left alone.
True. But this one literally can transfigure.
Yes.
Could it continue to do that afterwards? We don't really know. Or does the curse...
I think that once the cat is outside the house, then it's just a cat.
Okay. So it's done then.
I think so, but I don't know. Does the cat live forever or no?
Or is it Beam John Malkovich situation, right? Where
Wait, no,
the
it'd be
back of the head
Abby.
is just always...
Abby. It'd be Beam John Malkovich.
Oh no! I'm gonna take all my stuff and go. That's it.
So that's most of it, but there's also this unexplained part of there's death magic in the house too, because people often die of heart attacks. The maid can die of a heart attack.
Yeah.
The cop can die of a heart attack.
Yep.
Of maybe being too scared or maybe not. But also the old lady can die of heart attacks too. Because I killed her by a heart attack twice. just by being there, she's like, ah, and then she just died. So I don't know if that's if there's an extra curse on top of the curse.
Double cursed.
Yeah.
You would think that two curses would cancel each other out.
Or is it like a double chocolate chip cookie? It's just it's just double the fun.
Ooh, yeah. Now, when you say double chocolate chip cookie, do you mean you have double the amount of chocolate chips, or do you mean that the batter is chocolate and there's chocolate chips in it?
I mean, I just have a regular chocolate chip cookie, and then I'm just sprinkling chocolate chips on it, and then I'm putting another chocolate chip cookie on there to make a chocolate chip sandwich.
Okay.
That's how you do that, right?
You could do it any way. I think that there's no wrong way to do that. I think that you could do it a lot of different ways. Did you ever make it to the basement?
Yes.
And
do you want to explain that?
The witch kill you? A couple times when I went through, I got to this, okay, you go in, you go to this landing, and if you go to the landing, you find a little hatch in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into the hatch, you can go down to the basement, and in the basement there's this like big room full of like mummies and bones, and then it's like, oh, the witch made this place. And I'm like, how do I know there's a witch in here? Which was kind of weird.
And also, why? Because through other readings, obviously her main way of killing people is by like shrinking them and turning them into mice.
Yep.
So why is this room here?
Right.
That's the one part that seemed a little inconsistent.
Right.
But keep going.
But I find this room, and there's mummies and artifacts and bones. And then I turn around, and there's like a grizzled old woman with like claws, like metal sharp claws, is how it's basically described.
Okay.
And you can either like try to go back into the room or run away or something. And one way you run out of the house and you're like, phew, I made it. And then the other way you die and you become a mummy witch. The witch eats you.
Yeah.
And like at that point, you've never even bumped into this lady. You don't know anything about Mrs. Bigley or any of this stuff. It's just like you have no clue. You're just immediately killed by the witch. You've run into no mystery stuff. And so it's like, what? That's so dumb. I hated that ending. And that was one of my least favorite deaths.
Well, I think this one, unlike some of the other ones, because when I was a kid, I kind of only got to like 3 or 4 endings. And then I was kind of like, well, I guess I'm done.
Yeah.
Like with this one, you kind of have to read it multiple times.
Yeah. Right, because if you, like, for that one, it's like, okay, if you run into the tomb to escape or you scream for help, those were the 2 options. You run away or you scream for help. And I was like, of course I'm going to run. If I scream, who's going to help me? Nobody, because at that point, I don't know that the maid is in there. I've just walked up the stairs. I haven't, like, done anything else. It's just, who am I going to scream for help from? The witch who's about to kill me? Excuse me, ma'am. Would you mind helping me instead of killing me? Please? No.
We said the magic word, so she has to.
Who's going to help you? No. And then it's like, no, you run past her, you retreat into the tomb, and you go past, and she follows you, but you dart past her, and you bolt the door, and you are just grateful that you've escaped. And that's it. I'm like, that's dumb. I hate that one. That was the worst ending that I went through.
I think unlike some of the other ones, the endings for this book aren't as strong, because it's either like you make it out alive and everything's fine, or you shrink and become a mouse. That's like maybe 75% of the endings is you either make it out of the house or you shrink and become a mouse.
Oh, yeah.
So they're not as crazy, because I like the crazy endings the best. And there's very few crazy endings.
No, in this one, it says, choose from 36 possible endings at the start, right? And you do really, I feel like, have to read it a lot of times to figure out the entire mystery for this one.
But even then, like we said in the beginning, like you never will fully get.
No. And to even get to that ending where you get up in the attic and read the book and figure all of the mystery out, I mean, I didn't get to that until, like my 12th or 13th read through. And if I was a kid, I don't know if I would have
had the patience
had
for
that patience, especially if I had gotten my first run through. I would have been like, phew, yeah, baby.
Made it out.
And
so the mystery's never fully explained, because it never says how she got the magic to either become a cat or to like turn people into mice. And then this like heart attack, death magic is never really fully explained either.
No. And you can only get to that attic one if you follow your cousin, right?
I don't remember.
I think so.
It
You have
doesn't
to
really
do
matter.
the cousin one. You can't just be impulsive and go in yourself. Can't be like me. You gotta be a Peter.
Yeah. The cowardly way always wins.
You have to be a Peter if you want to get the mystery solved.
Well, do you want to get to favorite death? I actually had a couple favorite deaths.
I had some very favorite deaths. What was your favorite one?
Well, let's see.
Mine was when the cat eats me. You run toward the cat, it looks as big as a tiger. As it springs, you realize that this is not a dream at all. For you, it is the end. That one was good. And the other one is when I tried to get out of the tower. And, because I'm stuck in the tower, Jane has gotten out of the house. The police officer's out of the house. Michael's out of the house. Everyone's out of the house except for me. And I'm stuck up in this tower. I open the window. And I'm like, I'm not going to go down these steps. I'm going to die if I go down the steps. And so I try to jump out of the tower. And I lose my footing. And then I fall. And then hours later, the police officers find my body. And then in unison, they say, like, oh, looks like Castle Rock has claimed another victim or something. And I like that in unison they say that, which I think is really wild.
Oh, well.
Yep, here it is. Speaking at the same time, they say the same thing. It's the curse of Chimney Rock.
I like to think that they, like, did it, like, a cappella, like...
Yep.
It's the
Curse of Chimney Rock.
No! Oh, God. So what was your favorite death, Peter?
So mine was, well, you can go into, like, this is a wine cellar. So Horace Bigley liked to collect wine, apparently. And then
I never got there.
You you read some notes, and then you feel a presence behind you.
Ooh.
And then you grab a bottle of wine. Full bottle of wine is your only weapon.
You chug. I'm just kidding.
It's Ked's buck, yeah, baby. So you grab a bottle of wine because you don't know who's a full bottle of wine because you don't know who's behind you.
Okay.
And so you can swing the bottle at the figure, or you can just ask, "Who is it?" So if you ask, "Who is it?" the voice says, "It's me, Michael." So it's your cousin Michael. And then you get out of the house with Michael, and a police officer, I think, helps you. And a policeman notices you, and he says, "Get out of here! Don't ever come back to Chimney Rock." So that's one option.
Mm-hmm.
The other option is you can swing the bottle at the figure, and so you lunge forward and swing the wine bottle, striking something. The bottle breaks and wine splatters all over you. A voice cries out, and it's Michael. So you can just deck your cousin with this full bottle of wine.
I love that. That is amazing.
So, but it's not over. So you shine your light on Michael's head. Fortunately, he seems not to be injured, so he's fine somehow. Even though this full bottle of wine.
He's like, "What were you thinking? Why?"
So yeah, you knock him out, but he's fine apparently. But then the wine cellar starts to shake and starts to cave in, and then a policeman from like outside is like, "Don't worry, we'll come and get you," but you're not able to be rescued, and you die in this wine cellar.
The whole time your cousin is like, "We would have been fine if someone hadn't hit me in the head." Did you ever get to this ending where you're running down the stairs, the cat hisses at you,
I did get this one.
You feel dizzy and weak. You're about to escape, but you feel something pulling you back, and you look backward, and there's these like creepy, ghostly eyes surrounded by a gray glow, and a mouthless voice tells you, "Leave at once. If you ever look back at Chimney Rock, my fate will be your fate." And then you go outside, and you're like, "Phew!" And it says "The end," and then it says, "Or if you take one last look despite the warning, turn to page 119.
Which of course you have to do.
And then you're like, "Well, duh." And you go to page 119, and it says, "Ah, thunk."
So what? It doesn't even say the end.
No.
Which
is the best ending I've ever had.
Right. And so it's all like kind of E.E. Cummings-ish.
Yes.
Where it's like it's written diagonally.
The words like falling down the page. Cact thunk. I love it.
So yeah, what even happened there?
I think you get sucked into the house.
Oh, that makes sense.
Act thunk. That's what I'm assuming. The
Yeah.
thunk is you being like slammed into the house.
I like that
guess.
interpretation.
But then I turn the page because it doesn't say the end, and I'm like,
It's completely unrelated.
It's unrelated, so that's what it has to be.
Right.
Me
So
getting
it was
sucked into the house.
that part was very odd, but just
But so so unhinged. I loved it.
Well, it also seems like he is playing with the format a little bit, both with the genre and also with something like that too. So I think this one's a keeper.
This one's solid. It's fun.
Even though like the mystery wasn't 100% solved, I think this is a good one.
It's fun.
Well, thanks for listening today, everybody. So our next book is going to be another Edward Packard classic.
Beautiful.
Next one will be Your Codename is Jonah.
Your name is Jonah.
Do 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 do.
It's a book about whales.
Yeah, this is maybe one of my favorite ones that I remember. Because this one gets really crazy, but also like it's pretty cohesive, but also crazy.
Come sit next to me in the submarine.
You're gonna have to. So that's gonna be the thing. You're gonna have to sing your.
This is gonna be great. I'm
Submarine.
gonna have to do it. I'll bring my guitar and everything.
I'm looking forward to that one. So that's a really good book. So Your Codename is Jonah. It was also released under the name Spy Trap too. So if you can try to find it. I found out why the Edward Packards. Oh well, I guess we can talk about this later. But a lot of the Edward Packards weren't re-released. So the Edward Packards are a little bit harder to find. We can talk about that a little bit later in our next episode. So anyway, thanks for listening today, everybody. Make sure you subscribe because we release these kind of just randomly. Make sure that you leave a positive review. Just helps the show grow.
Or else. No, I'm just kidding.
Or Abby will come to your house and she'll give you a stern talking to.
Stern but polite.
And then she'll say sorry at the end.
No. I apologize for nothing.
I think we're going to also have some merch pretty soon. I guess got to research it a little bit with our logo on it. So check out that in a little bit too. So how about let's get to our last segment, which is Choose Your Own Ending. Abby, what do you think a good ending would be? What was an ending you would like to see?
A good ending in this book would be my initial run through. I would have adopted the cat, but then the cat would have started talking and said, actually, I've always preferred the name the name Chumsley.
I like that. That's a good ending.
Yeah.
Do you still get the money?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the cat would have been just like, I've always hated the name Melissa, actually.
All right.
No one has ever named a cat Melissa. Thank you. The end.
Great ending. I don't understand why that didn't make it in.
Me neither. Honestly. We should write one of our own.
We should.
We should.
That might be like a goal at some point.
Yeah, for real.
Well, I've been Peter. I'm a librarian.
You have been Peter.
I've been Peter.
I've been Peter before, too. But I am Abby, and I'm also a librarian.
This has been Choose Your Own Book Club. Thanks for listening, everybody. The end.